Evening, everyone, and welcome to Psychic TV International. My name is Harry T, and it is Saturday, the 23rd of August, 8 o'clock Australian Eastern Time. Great news, we are streaming, so production, if you can hear me, the plan worked and it's working beautifully. So, yes, let's definitely keep that up every Saturday because it's definitely streaming. Hello, Kathy. Hello, Robert. Hello, Beth. How are we all? What a fabulous show we had on Thursday with Michael and myself. Do you know we've had several thousands of views? It was such a busy show, which of course we knew it would be. And you watched, you said, hey, love, oh my God, what a fantastic Thursday night. It was great. I'm so glad you got to join us. Many people who weren't able to join us live have gone back and watched it. And I shared it on my, was it my Facebook? Yeah, my Facebook page. I was talking to production and they're like, oh, Facebook. And I'm like, yeah, I haven't posted on my Facebook page in literally I would say like a year, because I use Instagram and my Instagram posts to Facebook automatically. And sometimes it doesn't, but I don't really look at my Facebook that much. And then for this, obviously, because we stream on Facebook, it just made sense to do a post and we got a huge reaction from it. And then, of course, people who missed it live have gone back and watched it. And we've literally had several thousands of people who have tuned in and loved it. So thank you so much for all of you who joined in live and also after the show. The great thing about that show is it was so informative and it was such a great interview. Michael did such a great job. He asked really good questions. And I think most people know who I am because I've been in the media for so long. But there were a lot of things that I shared that I've never shared before. I didn't even know I would share all of that. And I did. And it was really, really good. So if you haven't watched it, make sure you go back in the previous posts and have a watch. And we went over time, which I knew we would. But it was great. So you'll love it. Hey, Jen. Hey, Constantina. That's a great name. Beth. Yeah, Beth, you were there. I saw you there. Kathy. Oh, great. Kathy, you were there too. Love Thursday. Actually, I think I remember you. Yeah, you were there. Love Thursday night. It was a great show. It was. Hey, Carrie, I did not see you on our show. I was wondering where you were, Carrie Burgess, but maybe you were on. We had so many people on. And it was a bit of a different show. I wasn't really looking at comments like I normally do. And it was an interview style. So Michael and I were engaged, together talking. So although we did, give some shout outs to people that we did see in the comments, it was a bit different. We didn't really just read comments. So I'm not sure if you were there, but if you weren't, make sure you go back and watch it. It was a couple of days ago on Thursday and it was amazing. Oh, Jen, yes, I remember. I'm pretty sure I did see you. Thursday night was fantastic. It was really, really great. So, oh, there's Michael. Speak of the devil. Hi, Michael. Thanks for joining. Just talking about your show. But it was really, really good. And I thought you might have missed it, Kerry. She goes, I missed it and I shall watch the replay. I thought you might have missed it only because, as I said, I wasn't really engaging with comments that much, but I was giving shout outs every now and then. I didn't see your name. So you did miss it. Okay, well, you can go back and watch it. That's a great thing. Hey, Jocelyn, good to see you, darling. How is everybody doing? Okay, great. So all of you... Teresa, I don't think I saw you either. So Teresa, you might have to go back and watch it, or maybe you were there and again, I didn't see you on. But it was a great show. So welcome to the Saturday evening one. Now, tonight we have Ben Graham. And Ben Graham, most of you know, Ben is one of our regulars. And, oh, Jocelyn, yeah, I thought you were on. And Ben is one of our regulars and he's very, very popular. And as you will know, we no longer have the two psychics on the show. We only do the solo shows now. So the psychics completely get showcased, which is lovely. But it's just more, I think you guys were preferring that. We were sort of going, by a lot of the feedback, and it sort of was kind of unanimous that we decided that. Hey, Medina, good to see you. Oh, you're so lovely. Thank you so much for your beautiful comment. Medina, if you didn't watch Thursday's show, you should definitely tune in, and I think you'd enjoy it. But yeah, so we've got Ben Graham on tonight. For those of you who would like to connect with one of our psychics at home, you know that they're available for you on the phone lines, and the phone numbers are scrolling down on the bottom of your screen and also within this post. In Australia, the number is 02-907 10199. In the US, it's 19143737 and then our international number that we've also got that you call from anywhere in the world is +61 4 888 25177. I will let you know who is logged in. Hold on, let me see if production can send me the list. Please send me list. Okay, perfect. And then I'll let you know who is logged in. Hey, Callie Cal, good to see you. I saw you were commenting a lot on the show, which I loved. Hold on, just in case, let me check on myself. Hold on one sec. Hey, Nita, good to see you. Okay, so I've just found the psychics who are logged in. We've only got 2 at the moment, and it is Blessed Beth on pin 9150, and we've got Natalie Norton Baker on pin 9810. So they're the 2 that are logged in, and thank you so much. They're the 2 that are logged in for your calls. So if you want to talk to someone one-on-one from the comfort of your own home, privacy of your own home, that's the best way to actually have a session. So in Australia, 02907 10199, and our international number is +61 4 888 25177. And as I said, you've got Blessed Beth available on pin 9150 and Natalie Norton Baker available on pin 9810, which is great. Hey, Mona Ali. Hi, Diane. Good to see you. Oh, thank you so much, Callie Cal. By the way, my book, which we got to talk about on the Thursday show, some of you were asking how to get it. We've got the link here. I'm going to just post it there for you as well. So if you go to this link, you can get it from anywhere in the world. That's the link. Just click it direct and you'll be able to get it from wherever. And you'll really enjoy it. Obviously, Larry King wrote the foreword and Natalie Imbruglia wrote the introduction. And the book is amazing. And it's got such great reviews and great feedback, and you all loved it. So enjoy that. Hey, Karina, how are you? Okay. Now let's bring on Ben Graham, who is in the waiting room. And Veronica, good to. Oh, Veronica, you enjoyed the show. Fantastic. How is Dubai? Are you in Europe yet? Okay, perfect. Okay, I think you want to ask a question of Ben, I think, to do with that. Oh, I love that. Okay, hold on. Let me save that so I find it. All right, let's bring on Ben. Hey, Ben, how are you?
Oh, g'day, Harry. Hey, can you hear me okay?
You can hear you great. How are you doing?
Really good, mate. Really good. Thank you. Yeah, Thursday night's show was very good, mate. I really enjoyed it.
Oh, were you there? Did you watch it?
I watched it afterwards. I was
Yeah,
busy,
replay.
but I watched it straight afterwards. It was amazing.
Oh, thank you so much. You know, it was really good. I'm shocked how many people have watched it. Like we like it's. I think it's because it's there and people can go back and watch it. You know, you can have replays, obviously, and
Exactly.
it's a show like you just said. You can watch it back and it's great and people loved it. I mean, we've literally had thousands of people watch it, which is great. So it's awesome. So Ben, how have you been? You been good?
Yeah, been really busy, mate. Just doing, I was just been flat out with work and psychic. I've been so busy. My son's moved in with me, so everything's changed. Everything is good.
Wow.
You know?
Yeah, so busy stuff happening. Well, Ben, most people here know who you are and they love you. So if you can let people know a little bit more about you, that would be fantastic.
Oh, thanks, Harry. Well, I'm a psychic medium, so what that really mean is that I work on your behalf. You know, like I've been training for quite a long time. I've been on the show for quite a while too. So I'll just link in. I sort of say a prayer on your behalf, and even tonight, like I'm going to do they're just snippet readings tonight. So you know, like there's other mediums online that you can bring up for a full reading and stuff like that. But tonight, I'm just going to be working on your behalf. So I'm going to ask, you know, just there's questions that you'll ask, and you know, if you know the answer to the questions, don't ask those questions. Ask questions that you're not sure about. That's what we want tonight, and I'm going to do my best on your behalf. So that's how I work. Thanks.
Amazing. That's great. No, that's awesome. I'm just picking a couple that I've seen here that I think would be really great. Okay, let's just start off straight away with let's start off straight away with Veronica, because she's actually overseas watching, and she loved the show, and she said that the story was so interesting, and thanks for sharing so much with your supporters. My pleasure, darling. Veronica has written, hello, Harry, what an amazing show with you and Michael. I loved the replay. Yes. Liked and shared. Will my physical energy increase? So this is a good question for this Europe tour. She's on a tour. Yeah, good question.
Very good question. You know, and Veronica, like it's a little bit of a diet. It's a little bit of that sort of stuff. You know, as we get older, things will slow down. It really does. And I feel like that as you're getting a bit older, it's that sort of stuff. You know, so it's vitamins, it's the sun, it's all those sort of things. I think you're taking precautions anyway. I think that you're doing stuff like that anyway. So I feel like that if you don't need to do certain things, save that energy. And I think that's what you're doing. And why you're doing this tour and why you're traveling, and I think you're doing that. it's all about that sort of stuff. Sometimes they say a little bit of stretching and things like that, because as we get older, we just jump up and we do things. I feel like that's going to help you in a lot of ways, because as I'm talking, I just got cramps in my legs. So maybe there's a little bit of lack of water and stuff like that you've just got to maintain. I feel like it's just a very basic reading, but just a bit of stretching and saving yourself. And so when you do those tours, you'll have a lot more energy. Thanks,
Oh, I
Harry.
love that. Good on you, Ben. Oh, I love that. I've just written something in the feed saying, "Hi everyone, thanks so much for your beautiful comments." That's from me. Okay, let's go to someone else. We've got lots of questions flying in, so let me just
Awesome.
save them to the side. Lots of people flying in, so let me just have a look. Let me just save that one too. That's a good one. Actually, let's pick this one. I like this one. I don't know. Something about this one's glowing. Hello, Diane. I hope you enjoyed Thursday's show. I have liked and shared. Will my daughter get her license back? Something about this I was
Yeah,
drawn to. Um,
yeah,
and will she get a big fine? I hope she learns a lesson. Thank you.
yeah.
Oh,
And you sort of answered your own, you sort of answered your own question. Like whatever she's done, and she's been. This is a lesson for her to learn. It really is, and I feel like that she's going to learn so much from this. And will she get a fine? Well, like it's you don't have to do much to get a big fine these days. So even though she might be quite young, I feel like that this is going to be a lesson that she's going to learn. So she's going to mature very, very quickly, and she's going to do stuff that where before she might have been speeding on phones and stuff like that. She'll take a big leap of faith and not do that now, because she's learned something. She really has. Sometimes it's a good thing, and I think that's what it all is about tonight. Will she get a big fine? I believe she will, because fines are so expensive at the moment. But she's got a good head on her shoulders. She's just at that age. She's just quite young, and she's a gun, like she's like a pocket rocket, so to speak. But I think that this is a good thing for her, and she's going to learn some lessons. Unfortunately, it's going to be a financial lesson as well, but I think that she's going to be fine. And you're a good parent.
amazing.
I believe that you're a good parent, and she wasn't listening to you, but now she's going to listen. Thanks,
Oh,
Harry.
good on you, Ben. That was awesome. But it's funny when you said something about fines being expensive. Do you know everything in life? I feel like the word expensive, and I'll say this story because I was having a
Yeah,
conversation with a friend of mine about this. The word expensive has been sort of labeled on so many things, because I agree, fines are, it's more like it's a waste of money. It's more like it's a
yeah,
waste of money, right? I saw someone write something the other day about something, it was $5 and it was expensive. And I thought, huh? And they had like a Louis Vuitton, which is, I would say what they had was about $30,000, right? So a $30,000 thing
yeah,
for sure, because I sort of know those brands, and I would say it was about 30. So someone who was wearing something that was $30,000 was saying something that was $5 was expensive. So it just made me think of the word expensive. I just started to think, oh, I wonder, because then it made me realize something might be a lot but not expensive for what it is, and then something might be a little amount but expensive for what it is. It just made me think like that. Isn't
yeah.
that interesting? Because I
It is.
remember when lettuce in Melbourne was like $12 for like a lettuce. And I
I
remember
remember that.
thinking, oh, do you remember? It was ridiculous. And I remember thinking, gosh, that's expensive. And I had just paid like a $3,500 bill for something, for like an insurance. My insurance is super, like I have really expensive insurance. And it was like 3.5 grand. And I remember thinking, I've just paid $3,500. And then I was looking at a $12 thing, and I was like, huh. And then, so the more I think about the word expensive, I realize that we can change what is expensive. But yeah, for fines, you think anything for a fine is ridiculous, isn't it? But
Yeah,
because they are very, oh my gosh, it's insane. Some of them, yeah. But that was a good reading. I like that. Okay, let's go with some feedback from beautiful Veronica, who, as I said, is overseas and is just
yeah,
absolutely wonderful. Veronica said, wow, thanks, Harry and Ben. You just nailed it for me. Fantastic, good advice. Taking all that on board. I will not push myself. Spot on about the age thing. I'm not 30 years old. See, I think that what you said really helped her, because
yeah,
this trip, actually, I believe, Veronica, one of the psychics on this show predicted this trip. I can't remember who it was, but someone did, because I remember talking about this with you, and now you're on it. So I'm so glad you're doing it. But yeah, she's a wonderful person, and I'm so glad that she's on this trip and that you helped her with that. That really helped. So thank you.
thanks, Harry.
And on that note, you've also got some more feedback from Diane, who was let me try to get that one. Yes, I did. Validation. Thank you, Benny. I hope she does learn from this, and she's 54. So it's never too late. Never too late,
Yeah.
which is good. Awesome. Alrighty, let's. Oh, can we please do Anna, because Anna's on and she's gorgeous, and look at this. It's almost like a theme, Ben. You're not going to believe this, and we never get things like this. But look at this. Anna has said, liked and shared, hi, Ben. Will my older daughter find the right path in her new career? The daughter just got her license back because she lost it for 3 months. What is that? It's just a theme.
Oh yeah, it's just one of those things that
Yeah.
and I like, yeah, this young girl is changing all the time. She really is, and so she probably gets that from mum. So she probably gets that from you. So she does okay, and then she gets a bit bored, or she needs more challenges. And I feel like that she's learnt those things from you. She really has. She's watched her parents do things like that. So when she gets her license back, she's going to be fine. And the new career change, and don't be surprised if there's another career change down the track as well. I'm not sure if she's done nursing or something like that, but I just seen something like that in my mind, so to speak. So I feel like that whatever she puts her mind to, she can achieve. And I don't know if she's travelled. I'm not sure if she's travelled yet, but I feel like that's something that she will be doing eventually as well, sooner than later. And I'll leave it there. Thanks, Anna.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Anna. And I hope the grandbaby's doing well. Now, I've got a question from Nita, but what I'm going to do, Ben, is I'm going to help you out with this one,
Okay.
because there's 2 parts to it, okay? So I'm going to pull up the one that's written correctly, and then I'm going to read the rest.
Okay.
So Nita has said, hello, Harry and Ben. I've liked and shared. Would love to know what's coming up for me, please. But instead of that, what she actually wants to know is, will she have the chance to travel to Queensland early October for her son's 40th? That's what she wants to know.
It's funny, Nita, because there's some conditions there, and that's why you're asking. There's obviously things in front of you that it could be health. There could be a lot of reasons why you're asking this question. I feel like that just get yourself right, and if it's something to do with health, and that's why you can't travel, well, it mightn't happen, but you know what, you will be there, and if it's just before or just after, you'll be there. I think that you've just got to knuckle down and get yourself right. Because obviously there's something happening in your life that is stopping you to go there, because it's just Queensland, So, but yeah, I feel like that you've got to October, so you should be able to do it. So I don't think it's finances. I think it's something else that's holding you back, and so get your whole physical body right, your mind right, get everything right, and then it should happen. Can I see you going to your son's birthday? I feel like it's really up to you to do these things first, and then it will happen. Thanks, Harry.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Nita, and thank you so much for adding that for me to read out. Early October, that's about 6 weeks away, I think now. It's coming up. Is it coming up? Yeah, it's about coming. It's around 6 weeks, yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Something like that. Yeah, it's not far.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Yeah, crazy. Okay, let me see if I can just put this one to the side. I'm just going to, I believe the same people are logged in, but I'll just wait for production to confirm. And then, so just remember the website is psychictvinternational.com. And that's got the information for everything on the show and all the psychics as well. And remember, you've got to like and share this video. Now, I haven't really been saying that tonight because so many people who are doing it correctly. There are a couple that I've seen aren't doing it correctly. So you've got to like this video and share this video first and foremost. Otherwise, don't you bother asking a question. But once you've liked and shared the video, then once you've done that, you can write a comment and say, hi, I've liked and shared, will I sell my house? Or hi, I've liked and shared, will I go overseas? Or whatever your question may be. But you've got to include your question with the fact that you've liked and shared, okay? Now, let me just confirm. Yep, same logged in. We've got, in Australia, the number is 0290710199, and our international number is +61 488825177. And the 2 psychics that are logged in right now for your calls are Blessed Beth on pin 9150 and Natalie Norton Baker on pin 9810. Now, remember, they're the ones that will be there to answer your call to speak to one-on-one over the phone. That's the only way to get a guaranteed session. On the live stream, it's a random selection and not all of you will get selected. And there's also criteria. You've got to like and share it. You've got to do the question correctly and blah, blah, blah. Okay, Nita has come on with her feedback. Hello, Nita, darling. Again, thank you, Ben. I can totally understand what you said. I will take on your advice about health Love and light to you both. Amazing. God bless you, Nita. It's always wonderful to have you on. And yeah, it doesn't look like it's that far away. So let us know when that time comes, because it won't be far away. Um, Actually, while we're on the momentum of some feedback, I'm just going to pour some more feedback while we're at it. Anna said, "Oh, thank you, Ben. I love you guys." Harry T. Charlotte is doing great. Oh, what a beautiful name. She's
Yeah.
4.5 old. She's rolling over now. Before we know it, she'll be walking. That's beautiful. Is it 4.5 months, isn't it? I think it's 4.5 months. Because when I read it, it's like 4.5. It's not years. I'm pretty sure it's months because I remember when she was just born. So that's so cute, so cute. Anna, that's amazing. Just confirm that with me that it's 4.5 months. I'm pretty sure it is. But that's amazing. Alrighty, let's go to Kelly Cal. Kelly Cal has said, "I've liked and shared." That's a beautiful photo. Can I have a reading from the lovely Ben? Do you see me finding a house in the present life?
Oh, it's funny because I thought I was going to get questions like this tonight as well,
Did you?
and yeah, I really did, and I sort of wrote a few things down, and I knew there was going to be
Oh,
questions. You know, there's a good chance that you can. Look, I'm a single dad, and I've got four out more. They're actually adult kids now, but four kids. You can. I just feel like sometimes that we just got to go without, and a lot of people don't want to go without. I believe that you can. If I can buy a home, everyone can. I feel like that sometimes that we just got to go out of the range though. We've got to go somewhere that we really don't want to live further out, if that makes sense. There's no cheap houses really anymore, but certain areas that it's affordable. I feel like that if you can go without and you can save and stuff like that, it's really up to you. I went through a divorce a while ago, but I paid off my home and I was sort of just getting through, and you can do it. If I can do it, anyone can. And I really feel like that it's just, I know that you set goals and you put the manifesting out there, but you've got to knuckle down yourself. Like it's a coffees, it's a shop, and it's certain things like that. If you can just change your shopping thing and the way you spend and stuff like that, it's achievable. But I just feel like that you might have to go out further than you want to. But it is achievable, and I feel like that you can do it if you do those things. Thanks, Harry.
amazing. Thank you so much. There's something about Kelly Cal that feels very familiar. I don't know what, but there is something that feels very familiar. How bizarre. But thank you so much for your question. And I love that you got that question, Ben. We've got to do Michael DeMarco because Michael DeMarco's on and he does such a great job with his Thursday night show.
Yeah.
And it was so great being on with him. He said, loved, oh, this is a good question. Oh, this is exciting. Loved and shared. Do you see me moving to the Gold Coast in October? Lots is happening in October, Ben. October seems to be the month.
It's funny, Michael, because I feel like that you've just got yourself stable down where you are in Melbourne. I really do. I feel like that you've just got yourself stable. And it's funny because didn't you just come from there a while ago? Like, weren't you out that way somewhere just recently? I don't know why, but I feel like that maybe just go up there and have a look around. But I feel like that you're going to stay where you are. I really do. I just feel like that this is where you've set yourself up. I feel like there's a lot going on down where you are. So I feel like that I can't see you going up there, but if you want to make it happen, you will just do that anyway. But I feel like that you've just set yourself up where you are. I really do. I feel like that you've met people and work and things like that, and opportunities are down where you are. I'm not sure up there, but if you want to go up there, you will just do that anyway. Because I feel like that you've got that mindset. Whatever you put your mind to, you just do anyway. And I'm just confirming that it would probably be better where you are. Thanks,
Okay.
Harry.
How interesting. How interesting. Makes sense. Very good. Okay. Kelly Cal has come back on saying, thank you so much, Ben. So true, spot on, so accurate. I have been looking for a house. Bless you, Ben. Oh,
Beautiful.
thank you so much. Bless you, Kelly Cal. There is something so familiar about, I don't know what, but there is. Okay, hold on. We've just done that one. Let's go with beautiful Jocelyn. How are you? What a great question. Jocelyn, you always ask really good questions. Liked and shared. Hi, Harry, and hi, Ben. Do you see any growth for me spiritually? Thank you kindly. What a great question.
That is a very good question, and I feel like that I always say to people, and I was running a class for a while there, a psychic class and everything else online, and I always say that make yourself feel uncomfortable, push your boundaries, and I feel like that if you do those sort of things and just push your awareness out, read friends, do all that sort of stuff, and I feel like that your spiritual awareness will increase. get to know your spirit team, and it's like a relationship, like set some time out for them, and stick to it. Sometimes people, especially mediums, they're doing all this stuff, and then their favorite TV shows on, so they just put that aside. No, I want you to make a commitment. It is like a relationship. Make a commitment with your spirit team. Set time for them. And I feel like that when you feel uncomfortable is when you're growing the most. Sit in a circle, involve yourself in a lot of stuff. Go to a spiritual church. I feel like that you're on your way anyway, but remember that we've got to learn on the way too. Everyone wants to get there, don't they? But it's all this other stuff that you've got to learn on the way, and then the package will happen, so to speak. If you take any shortcuts, and everyone wants shortcuts, no way, you can't have shortcuts, because there's a lot of stuff that you won't, and your readings will be missing things, and the depth won't be there. There's so much I can say about it, but I feel like that you're doing really well. Stop being so hard on yourself, but do those little things, and that'll help you. Thanks, Harry.
I love that, Ben. I think you answered that beautifully. That was really, really well said. And of course, Jocelyn, make sure you've got my book as well. That will help you as well, because it's like a spiritual education. Oh, thank you, Ben. It's like a spiritual education in a book, and there are so many books out there, but mine gets to really the nitty gritties, and I get to share so much of, as a metaphysical expert, a lot of people ask me things, and I was able to put that in this book. So I'm really glad that that's helped people. But I think, Ben, you nailed that. I think I've got feedback from Michael somewhere. Yes, I do. Michael has said, thank you, Ben. Yeah, I'm the type to do that. I just got back from Port Douglas in October last year. Oh, look, October. What is October? Everything is October. Everyone's saying October last year. So far, haven't had much luck with work. There is more potential opportunities in the Gold Coast. So keeping my options open. That's interesting. I think because the Gold Coast, especially with like media stuff and all that, because everything I think is gone there because it's cheaper to do, isn't it? Have you been to the Gold Coast?
I have, only on holidays, but it sounds like that's where you should be going there. But only on holidays. I do like the Gold Coast, though. I really do.
Oh my God, I love the Gold Coast. I went there. When did I go there? Was it last year? I went there last year. I've been there before. I did a show there actually before, but yeah, last year I went for a holiday, for my first proper holiday. I love the Gold Coast. Something about the Gold Coast, there's like a really good energy.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, there's something about that. Oh, Beth, yes. So Beth, my cards and book are basically sold out in so many places. So I'm not surprised you didn't find them at your local shop. So definitely go to that link that I've posted, and you can find the link easily and grab them online. Like I said, the cards, you can grab them and the book online, and you can get them from wherever you are. So definitely do that, Beth, because you'll love them. Do that, and then the next week I'm on, you can tell me that hopefully you've got them. So order it today, and then hopefully next week you've got them, and then we can chat. Okay, let me see. Beautiful Kerry has said something. She has. I love Kerry. Good to see you. Okay, Kerry said, loved and shared Harry and Ben. Oh, you're beautiful. Hope you are both well. Would love to know if Ben sees any changes in my position at work. Please and thank you. I think she just went away. Kerry, did you just go away? I feel like she was away recently. Could be wrong, but yeah, I think.
Sorry, Harry. Kerry, yes. I mean, I feel like that. I don't know why, but I feel like that you change jobs a lot for some reason. I feel like that's something that just happens. I mean, you can make a bad situation a good situation. You've got that. I don't know. You've just got that headspace. You just know. It's like a bad situation. You can turn into a good situation. I feel like that where you are now, maybe just stay there. And it's like the devil you know is better than the devil you don't know, so to speak. So I feel like that you will turn a bad situation into a good situation. I feel like that just tickle your dots and all dots and tickle and just do all that sort of stuff. I think that you're doing that anyway. And I just feel like that but I can't see you change jobs. I feel like that you're going to stay where you are. Is a position going to be there? I feel like that you're comfortable with, but you just need to be motivated more or something like that. Whatever you put your mind to, Kerry, you achieve anyway. You really do. And I feel like that I'm only telling you stuff that you already know, but I feel like that you've got a good sense of humour. So people like you and people approach you, and maybe you take on a lot of stuff that you don't need to take on. So just be aware of that. Thanks, Harry.
Oh, I love that. And thank you, Kerry. And let us know if you did. I feel like you did go away. I can't remember, because I don't think I've spoken to you in a couple of weeks, but I think she did go away not long ago. But it's always good to see you, beautiful. Oh, she wrote something else. She said, oh, look at that. Harry, I love your book. It sits on my bedside table. Do you know how many people tell me that? I don't know what it is. Why do they put it on the bedside table? I mean, I'm honored, but they put it on their bedside table. Do you know this is like the fourth person in the last 2 weeks who's told me this? They're like, oh, do you know you sit on my bed? I almost feel like it's become people, I don't know, it's like their go-to, which makes me feel so honored. And coming from you, Kerry, that means so much to me because you know I adore you. So that means a lot to me. Thank you so much, darling. And Veronica, yes, there are still more copies of the book. There's only a few of the card decks left. So if you want them, they're literally nearly gone. So take advantage of that while you can. But the book, there is still copies. So just hit that link and you could definitely get them, which is awesome. Okay, hold on. Oh, you're kidding. No, another one. Oh my gosh, there is something about the bedside table and my book. I just got told from someone else, I'm not going to say who, the same thing. That is amazing. I love. Okay, that means a lot to me, and you know who you are who just said it. Thank you so much. Okay, amazing. All right, let me see. Oh, I just have to share this too. Jen said, I loved reading your book. It made me cry. And so everyone says that too. And I realize spirits are real as I feel my grandfather near me. Thank you for writing this wonderful book. Do you know what? This is so lovely of you all. Thank you so much for your beautiful comments. People are really, really nice, aren't they, Ben? They're really, really nice. They're really nice. Speaking of Jen, she's also written this. Speaking of Jen, perfect timing. Jen wrote, liked and shared, hi, Harry and Ben. Does Peter miss me and will anything happen between us when he gets back to Australia? Ooh, good question.
Yeah, very good question. You know, Jen, sometimes we need to make the first move, you know, and is Peter thinking about you? Well, you know, I believe he would be. And I feel like that you obviously had a good connection. You know, I feel like that you don't need to wait or anything like that. If you want to message him, just message him. And I feel like that you're sort of doing that anyway. Jen, you're such a busy person with kids and things like that anyway, and with work, and I feel like that you just like that attention sometimes, and you know what, it's just an email away or a phone call away, and sometimes if you make the first step, it makes everything better. Sometimes men are so busy we forget and stuff like that, but I feel like that if you feel it in your heart that you want to chase or pursue something, you will just do it, Jen. I really do. I think that's how you've been all the way, and I think that's a good trait that you have. So, is he thinking about you? Of course he is. You've made an impact with him. You really have. And when he comes to Australia, like, will you meet up again? I believe you will. But don't even wait. Just send him a message and let him know that you're thinking of him and stuff like that, and then see how it goes. You will know in your own heart if it's going to go any further. And I'll leave it there. Thanks, Harry.
Amazing. Thank you, Ben. That was awesome. Oh, hey, Mona Ali. Good to see you as always, Mona Ali. Mona Ali has said, I've liked and shared anything from my past loved ones. Her dad is Hector, who's passed over. That might need her to know about her daughter and me moving back to Chicago from Indiana. Now, remember, spirits don't give you advice on what to do with your life. They can give you a message, but you should never take advice from a dead person. I don't know if you agree with this, Ben, but it's true. Because if you had someone in your life, I want to just give this example just before you answer this question, Ben, just because I think it'll make a lot of sense and help a lot of people. Because sometimes people want messages from dead people and they take it as gospel. But let's just pretend someone was an alcoholic and they're giving you advice on how to be so. You don't take their advice as gospel. So you just have to think of them as they were here. Like, they don't become all-knowing oracles. Dead people aren't God. So just remember that. So they can give you messages, absolutely. They can even give you a little bit of guidance, but I would really only take guidance from a dead person with a grain of salt. Because, you know, it's very true. But anyway, go for that. So she's moving to, wanting to move anyway.
Harry, you've really hit the nail on the head. You know, you're going to be okay. You really are. And like, have I got your father tonight? I really don't think I do. I just felt like a presence, but I'm not sure. You know, just put in the comments so that I feel like that you. I know that he would be proud of you, and I feel like that maybe he deteriorated near the end there. Just let me know in the comments. But I felt a sharp pain in my heart too. So that could be just a love that he has for you, if that makes sense. You are doing so well. You really are. And I just feel like that you don't need the confirmation of anyone. I feel that you just need it for yourself. I want you to look inside yourself and remember all the mistakes that you have done in the previous time, and now that they're not happening now. Now you've got your daughter and things like that. You're making things happen. You're kicking down doors. You really are. You're pushing yourself out there. I want you to be proud of the person you are. I want you to trust who you are. You don't need to trust anyone. You just need to trust yourself, if that makes sense. I feel like that everything's rotating perfect for you. It really is. And this is just something that you're going to go through now, change and houses and whatever else. But I feel like your father would be around you anyway, and they'd be looking over you, but just not just him. There'd be other spirit family as well. You've got a very, very good sense of spirit anyway, and you probably talk to your dad and you ask for guidance and everything else. They'll be doing their best on the other side to make sure things are happening for you, but you've got to make it happen as well. They'll just drop things in front of you. You've got to look for signs as well. But I believe that you're doing very, very well, and I'm just sort of telling you what you already know. But I feel like that you're on the right path, so to speak. You've probably gone off a few times, but now you're on the right path, and I want you to be proud of the person you are, because you've done so well. You really have. Thanks, Harry.
Oh, amazing. Thank you, Mona Ali. I'm sure that helped you. You've got some feedback, Ben, from, there we go. Jen, oh my God, you are so spot on. I'm so busy with my kids and work. You are a busy person. And yes, when I want something, I do it. And we had a wonderful connection. We were very close, and I've been thinking about messaging him. Thank you so much, Ben. Oh, she's so beautiful. Jen is such a special person. She's really, really lovely. I really like her. I got to meet her not long ago. She was just lovely. And speaking of one of our other favorites, Kerry, beautiful Kerry, wonderful guidance tonight, Ben. You really are a beautiful soul. Yes, my sense of humor is dry and wicked. That's why I love you. I love making people laugh. She's a Gemini as well, which I love. Because so am I. Oh, she's written this about my book. She's read it 3 times, and I often open it when I need some wisdom to. Oh, I loved it. Okay, I'm really glad I saw this, because this is amazing. Yeah. I often open it when I need some wisdom to a random page from you and just read. It is such a special book. Everyone should have a copy close. Carrie, you know I adore you anyway, but I love that you said that. And what she said here, see how she says that she often opens it randomly to a random page and like reads a random page. Do you know I do that with my own book? I do that with my own book because I always in my life have done that, like what Kerry's saying. Whether it's been the Bible or whether it's been another book or my own book, I'll just randomly open it up and I will just feel like whatever's on that page is what I need for that day. So it's almost like a way to, get some. Yeah, it's really helpful. So I'm so glad you shared that, Kerry. That's wonderful. Oh, I love that. Okay, let me see who else. We got a lot of questions coming in. I think I've got a Nicole. I do have a Nicole. Hey, Nicole. Loved and shared. Are there any changes in my workplace for me? Ooh, good question.
Yeah, Nicole, I really don't see any changes. I don't at the moment. I really don't, and I feel like that. I feel like that there's. I don't know who you work for, what's going on, but as you said that, as you asked, I don't really see any changes, but you can make changes. I know it sounds like a broken record, but you can make changes and you can do things. Are you going to be seen? I don't think you are. If you want to grow in a company, or you want to change, or you want to do something else, only you can do that. I don't think you're going to be handpicked, so to speak. I didn't see any changes. I feel like that sometimes people want things to happen, but they're just sitting there. It's not going to happen. You've got to make things happen for yourself as well. And I feel like that's something that is important that you need to do, if that makes sense. I know it's only going to be a short reading, but I just feel like that. It's like some people want homes or houses or cars and stuff like that. Well, you've got to make that happen. You've got to push yourself out there. No one's going to knock on your door. But I feel like this with the workplace as well. I think changes can happen, and positive changes if you push yourself to do that, if that makes sense.
I love that.
Yeah, thanks, Harry.
Yeah, no, that was awesome, Ben. Good work. Jocelyn has said feedback with lots of hearts, which I love. I think that's her feedback, just feedback with lots of hearts, which I love. Thank you, Jocelyn. we adore you too. Let's go to Robert. Robert, do you know what? There's also a lot of theme about work stuff, isn't there? Look at this. Yeah. Liked and shared. Should I be putting my energy into my own business or my current full-time work? This is a good question. Where do you see the most success? Thank you. Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah, Robert, it's like you're sitting on your hands, so to speak. You've got your own business and you've got your other job and everything else. And so you sort of know, it's all about timing with you. And I feel like that you've got a good head on your shoulders. You really have. You've sort of studied, you've looked, you've done everything else. It's just about timing now. Like I feel like that if when you're ready to make that move, you will. It's not timing. It's not there, so to speak. I feel like that at the moment, it's just baby steps. It really is. I feel like even if you put in the comments that you've been doing this for quite a while, it's just still like feels like baby steps for me. When you've decided that's it, I'm just going to go for it, is when things will happen for you. You've got good people around you too. I feel like that you surround yourself with very, very intelligent people, and you're not scared to ask for advice and stuff. But it's just taking that risk. That's all it is. Once you're ready to take that risk, everything's going to be fine for you. That's what I see. Thanks, Henry.
I love that. Good question and good answer. And I also think it's also nice to sometimes have something that you do and that you love, but you also do have like a full-time gig that gives you that security. There are often sometimes, even in my life, and I'm very well known, I often will think, oh, maybe I should have pursued something more like a full-time normal gig, because it just gives you that more security and more normal stuff. But then if I was to do that, I'd pursue law. So then I'd have to study my law. So then I'd have to go backwards to study, and it's like, So for people like me, but I still feel like that is in my energy. I think I still see me doing that one day. But I think it's never a bad thing to sometimes have that full-time gig, and then you still do. I'm always an advocate for people that do that. I think that's great. In fact, I think the most famous psychics in the world didn't work as psychics. I think I read that somewhere. I can't remember off the top of my head where it was and who they were, but I'm pretty sure it was like they were in real estate, or they were in other positions, or government position, or something, or hairdressers. And then it was really actually there was a hairdresser medium. I can't remember what his name is, but there was a guy who was very well known. So well known, I can't remember his name. But anyway, he was very well known, and he was from the UK. And his job, he was a barber. Like he was a barber. Like he did haircuts.
Think of his name too. Yeah,
I can't remember who he was.
I've read a couple of his books.
Yeah, he was an author, and he was very famous. But he didn't work like he did.
Yeah.
He was well known as a medium, and he was a very good medium. But he was a barber. That was his full-time job. I can't remember his name.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Exactly. I've lost his name too. I can't
remember. Yeah,
he's amazing. He's really good. Yeah,
I can't remember who it was, but anyway, there was a really famous medium, and he wrote books, and he was on television shows all the time, and he was from the UK, and he was very well known, and he literally his job was haircuts, and he that was his job. So he liked, but the mediumship was part of what he did, and he became very well known. So that's a good example of that. So
very good.
Yeah. Alrighty. Speaking of Robert came back and said thank you with a nice emoji. Thank you, Robert. Okay, let me have a look. I think I can see Kelly. I can. Hello, Kelly. Good to see you. It's such a happy photo as well. I love that. Loved and shared. Hi, Ben and Harry. Will my financial issues... Okay, this is a good question too. Lots of good questions tonight. Will my financial issues improve by November? Thank you both for sharing your wisdom.
Yeah, Kelly. It's by November. I feel like there's so much weight on your shoulders. I really do, and it's funny because I feel like that we want everything now. I just feel like that you're doing okay. Will it improve? It's going to improve, but will it be to what you want? No, it definitely won't, because you already know the answer. You're answering yourself. It's just that I'm going to confirm what you already know. But saying that, you're still moving forward, and that's the main thing. I mean, and I feel like that by November you'll adjust. You'll see yourself, and you'll think, you know what? I want you to remember where you came from, because it's a positive way to have a look back and say, hey, I've come this far, because this is just a stepping stone for you, and then you'll move forward again. And I like how you're setting goals for yourself. You're putting things in front, and you're reaching out. Nothing's too far for you. You're reaching out for the next goal, for the next one. And I feel like that financially, by November, you're going to be okay. Are you going to be wealthy? Are you going to everything's going to be in place? No, but you're going to be a lot better than you are now. So I feel like that you're setting those goals, and I wish you all the best. And I think that you're going to do okay. And maybe the following year, you'll say to yourself, oh, this is now you've got other money for other things as well. So still, even though you're saving and money and everything else, still enjoy yourself in little ways. Don't push yourself too hard. Go out for that coffee or that date or whatever it is. But just make sure you enjoy life as well, because I think that there's got to be a balance, and you're starting to learn how to balance.
Oh,
And
I
I hope
love that. Oh, Ben, that was terrific. I mean, you're always great, but tonight it's like really, really good. Okay, let's have. People are loving the vibes, which is awesome. Josh, hey, Josh. Josh says, liked and shared. Okay, this is a good question too, I think. I had a recent rough patch in my relationship due to my own personal insecurities and fears. I truly love this girl. Oh, and want to grow old with her, but I'm worried I've ruined everything. Do you think we still have a chance? Oof.
you know, Josh. There's one thing I like about you. You're honest with yourself,
True.
and how you wrote that, and you're honest, and I want you to try and if you can, and invite her out for coffee, and tell her how you feel. I want you to invite her out for coffee and tell her how you feel. And I think that's just a start. And let her know about your insecurities. And believe it or not, we all have them. It's just that yours is probably more highlighted than hers. And she has insecurities as well. And I want you to remember that you've got a lot to offer too. I don't want you to be too hard on yourself. You've got a lot to offer. And I feel that if you can just let her know, and I feel that even if you write things down, how you feel and everything else, and that's just going to help your mindset change some bad habits, and change some of the way you've been your upbringing and things like that. But you're a good person, you really are. And can I see you with her? I feel that if you can just ask her out and tell her how you feel, and let her know that you're working on yourself, and also give her that space, because that's so important. And have your own stuff as well, because you're going to be busy with other things as well. So don't put your life on hold as well. And if it doesn't work out with her, this is a lesson that you've learned, and this is going to help you with the next partner. But I wish you all the best, mate. But keep trusting that truth that you have inside, because that's very rare. Thanks, Harry.
Ah, that's so well said. I love that, Ben. And thank you, Josh. And of course, sending you lots of good wishes. Life it was never made to be easy. I was talking to a friend yesterday about things, and we were talking about how there's a lot of spiritual people out there on Instagram and those other apps who sort of they become very popular on social media. I'm not one of those people who likes that. I kind of like people that sort of become known for doing the work as opposed to just being popular online, because for some reason online is the new thing, and they sort of garner a lot of a younger audience. But I was talking to a friend of mine yesterday, and I was saying all these people that become like it's almost like these gurus online, and they don't really know what they're talking about, but they sort of garner a big following from like a lot of young people. They sort of make life all very crystals and la-di-da and rainbows and fairy floss, and it just makes people feel good, but it doesn't help anyone, because it's almost like they get a high from it, but then it doesn't help anyone. Life is sometimes very, very difficult, and you've got to go through those challenges, and that's the only way to sort of grow. So, I think that's very true. So, yes, very good. Okay. Speaking of someone, hello, Kelly again. Feedback, I live my life by setting goals. Oh, I like that. And keep going forward. I recently separated and I'm just making ends meet. Do you know that that's also common? That you're not alone. It's very common. I know this is just a temporary slump. Exactly. Onwards and upwards, I say thank you, Ben. Oh, isn't that beautiful? I love that. Amazing. Amazing. Oh, Leanne said, well said, Harry. Amen, Harry. Yes, exactly. Because, my friend and I last night were having this conversation about there are all these gurus now online, and they sort of, they do a lot of things that gets them viral, makes them viral. And a couple of them, I remember, they were huge fans of mine, Ben. Huge fans of mine. Like we're talking huge fans of mine, almost stalkerish vibes. And all of a sudden, they have become spiritual gurus, and they're online, and they get all these big followings because people just believe what they say because it makes them feel good. And that's fine if that works for them, but it's a Band-Aid. It's not going to really fix anything. So, you've got to sometimes ride that wave, and you got to feel to heal. That's just the truth. And I know people prefer to hear, there's the magicalization of, la-di-da, but it just doesn't work like that. Sometimes you've got to really go through those things. Yeah. So thank you all for agreeing. Yeah. Ben, you're doing really well tonight. You've had some,
So
oh yes.
that barber, was it Gordon Smith? Because
That's who it was. That's who it was. I couldn't remember. That's who it was.
yeah, Gordon Smith. Yeah, it just came
That's
in my
it.
mind. I was looking for it in my mind, and yeah, Gordon Smith. Yeah,
That's who it was. Do you know what? I knew we both knew it, but I just
yeah,
couldn't remember the name. And I thought after the show, oh, if I hear it or see it, I'll know that's who it was. That's who it was. His name was Gordon
good.
Smith, and he was a hairdresser, a barber,
Yeah,
literally a
yeah,
barber. And
exactly right.
I think there was a documentary about him, and he was
100%.
saying how that was his job. He was a barber, but he was a very well
Yeah,
known medium. How funny! Good work, Ben. Good memory. All righty, let's see. Medina. Now, Medina is from the Caribbean, one of my favorite places in the world. I love the Caribbean. Good to see you on, Medina, as always. Medina said, liked and shared, hey, Ben, what can I expect in love? Will I reconcile with my ex? Oh, this ex has been like a thing around her.
yeah.
Or is someone new approaching soon? Good question, Medina.
It is. Medina. Sometimes, and it sounds like you've tried a few times. It really has, and sometimes it's hard to let go. And sometimes that, when the foundations of a house are cracked, that they don't keep building. If they try, it's as a building gets bigger, it sort of falls apart. And there's no one's fault in this situation at all. That's just what happens. Sometimes that you try again and you try again because you just need that for yourself, and that's okay. That's just a life lessons. It really is. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but I'm going to ask you to just adjust yourself and see the bigger picture. Is it the same sort of routine? Is it the same sort of fights? Is it the same sort of I'm not getting the responses back? Is it a pattern? If it's still a pattern, then maybe adjust yourself and say to yourself, I've got a lot to offer. Maybe this is not the right person for me. And I feel like that you've got a lot to give, and you've got a nice heart. You really do. And this is an opportunity. If this doesn't work, to open the door for someone else. And sometimes that when we're holding on to someone, we miss other opportunities. And then it's like a shift or a change, and we don't know we're going through it until that one's over. And then we go, oh my God, I was going for a change. I didn't even realize we're a shift. And that's going to happen for you. And if I feel that you'll move on, I really do. And then you'll say to yourself, why was I trying and why was I doing this? But I feel like that you need this for yourself to realize how good everything else will be. Thanks, Harry.
Amazing. Thank you, Ben, and thank you so much, Medina. Remember, in Australia, 0290710199, and our international number is +61 488 25177. There are phone numbers. The website is psychictvinternational.com, and I believe we've got Blessed Beth logged in on pin 9150 and Natalie Norton Baker logged in on pin 9810. So they're the two that are logged in for you to have a session on the phone. If you'd like to speak to them, they're available. And of course, psychictvinternational.com is the website. Oh, hey, Psychic TV, watching. I love you. You're magical too. We love Psychic TV. Okay. Let me see. Oh, thank you so much. Constantina's given. We've had such great feedback. I mean, the people on here have been amazing tonight. They really have. I've just really loved seeing these people on here saying such great things. I don't think we did Beth. Now, Beth is one of our at-home psychics. Did we do Beth?
No, we haven't, no.
Beth is one of our at-home psychics who was chatting with us, and we love Beth. Beth is fabulous. I think Beth is was saying she's going to get my cards and book tonight. But I've just seen she's asked this question. So see, she would need some guidance. Okay, so she said, hi, Ben. Loved and shared. Will my partner's health improve? Okay, as I predicted his health going down, but thank God it didn't go to the full extent. But wondering what he can do to improve it. Thank you. Good question.
Very good question. Straight away, Beth, obviously I've got to stay in my own lane. I'm not a doctor or anything like that. But I feel like that there's a lot of changes, and sometimes it could be just food, it could be other things like that. And Beth, I think that you've done what you can, and now we let the experts tell us what we need to do and stuff like that. Now your husband's probably got a good, like a very strong mindset, and and he's, I'm not saying he's lazy, but there's certain things that he doesn't push himself. And I feel like that if we don't nag him, but we just put things in front of him, can I see him improving? Well, he's already started to improve. He really has. Is he going to be 100%? No, probably not. But we know that. I think that you've addressed all that sort of stuff anyway, and you've done your homework. You've studied up, and you've looked, Googled things. You've done your homework. You really have. I feel like that your husband is going to improve just bit at a time. Will he be 100%? I don't think so, even though I'm not a doctor or anything like that. But I feel that that you can improve his quality of his health, and get him involved as well, and let him know that you care about him, you love him, and let him know that that things are going to be okay, and keep positive, if that makes sense. And that's the main thing. It's all about our mindset. If our mindset's positive, even though we might have the full 100% health, we can still go through life with the right potential, if that makes sense. Thanks, Harry.
Well said, Ben. Well said, Ben. And of course, Beth, we are thinking of you and sending you our love. We adore you, and you know that. And of course, whenever it comes to anything medical, always seek medical advice, of course, which of course you do. And you know the process. Medina said, "Thank you, Ben. Yes, I tend to go through the motions. Good read, Ben." Oh, bless you, Medina. Medina's so fabulous. Such a fabulous person.
I love that.
Yeah, it's so funny you say that. I have said many times to Medina how much I love her name. It's a fabulous name. Fabulous name. Teresa, we have to go to Teresa. Teresa has said, "Hi, Harry and Ben. I have liked, loved, and shared." Thank you, Teresa. "My son is going through some school refusal. I have had some meetings at school regarding his absences. Any messages around this, please, and thank you."
Obviously I have read you before, and there's certain things come in my mind that I know that I know about. And I feel like there's challenges in your son, and there really is. And I feel like that it's like, and I know I've said this before because they just show me memories of what I've said. And I know that that it's like you're meant to have your son because you can handle the challenges that he has. And I feel like that you're such a good parent, and you're such a good mom, and stuff like that. You will get through this, and this is about you just pulling back a little bit and finding the right schools or whatever it is. And sometimes that we, it's like the squeakiest wheel gets the most oil. I know that sounds an old saying, but it's like the squeakiest wheel gets the most oil. So go and see the principal, go and see the people that you need to see, and express your concerns, and that's going to help you. And then if you don't get the right answers and stuff, at least you know where you're starting. And I wish you all the best, because I feel that it doesn't matter where your son is, you're always going to have some challenges, and I feel like that you understand what I'm talking about. And I'll leave it there. Thanks, Harry.
Thank you, Ben. Thank you so much. That was great, and we are thinking of you, Teresa. Now we're about to wrap up the show, but just before I end the show, I'm just going to pull Beth's feedback. Thank you, absolutely spot on, scary at the moment. Spot on, scary at the moment, and thank you, Harry. Love you guys too. And yes, he has finally, after I said lol, men and doctors, right? Which is true. I'm very grateful, as I know health is a hard one. That is true. But that is true. Men tend to ignore that. I mean, me included. I mean, like I've got some challenges that I really do need to get on top of, and I just sort of neglect it. But I do have to get on top of it. But it happens. Life gets busy, and men are known to neglect it more so. I don't know why, but it's true. It is true. It's a thing. It's a thing. Ben, you have been absolutely amazing. Beyond. Thank you so much for joining us. Are you going to be able to log on to the phone lines by any chance?
Yes, I'm going to log on straight away.
Perfect. Ben's pin is 9166, so take advantage of it while you can and have a chat to him, because he's phenomenal. Ben, thank you so much for coming on. I really, really enjoyed it, as always. No, thank you so much, mate. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks, Harry.
All
Take care.
Speak to you soon, buddy. Thank you so much. Bye, mate. Bye. Well, that was an amazing show. Thank you all so much for joining in. It was absolutely incredible. Please take advantage of the time that Ben is going to log on to the phone lines because he is amazing. His pin is 9166. He's terrific. And every time we have him on, he's so popular. But, you know, move aside that he's popular. He's just a great guy as well. Like, I really like him. And all of you do too. So make sure you pick up the phone and make that call. In Australia, the number is 02907 10199. And our international number worldwide is +61 488 25177. So pick up the phone right now. Ben's pin is 9166. And we've also got Blessed Beth available on pin 9150 and Natalie Norton Baker available on pin 9810. So definitely give them a call and have a session on the phone and you'll enjoy it and they'll help you a lot. Until next weekend, so remember you've got Michael's show on Thursday and then you've got me back next Saturday. So I will see you next Saturday night. Good evening and good night. And thank you so much to everyone who joined in. Thanks, everyone. Bye.